Yo, what's going on, man? This is your boy C.Will back to you with another video, and I know we got a little different setup, probably trying to figure out why I got Cyberpunk going on in the background right now, but hey, I got some great news. We got a 4090 coming on the way. Yes, sir. Yeah, you better, ooh. Yeah, 4090 is coming. So, what better yet to test out the 3080 Ti with some of the latest games, especially at 4K 120. And the reason why I say 4K 120 is because that's the best monitor slash TV that I have. I have an LG CX, still one of the best gaming TVs. I use it as a monitor sometimes, but I can get high refresh rate 4K gaming. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the world that we live in right now. So with the RTX 3080 Ti, you can actually, it's pretty much a 4K card, but we want to see how it performs in 2023 with some of the latest games that just came out. And we're going to start off with Cyberpunk because as you can see down at the bottom, or you probably can't see because I'm in the way, but if I just take myself out camera, as you can see down at the bottom, the Phantom Liberty is going to be coming out real soon. I think it's going to be coming out in September, just a couple of months. Yeah, we're going to check out a few titles, maybe about 5 or 6 titles, and we're going to be playing at 4K on 120 hertz screen. Let's get to it. So let's take a look at some of the settings real quick. I am playing with a controller monitor. Let me go ahead, change this to 120 4K. HDR mode is off. We have precision boost enabled for Nvidia Reflex. Let's hit apply. All right, so on graphics. So if we go here, what I've been playing at lately is actually ray tracing medium. Ray tracing medium, and then what I do, so I had that preset, and then I come down here, I leave DLSS on auto, and once we get the 4090 to come in, we'll be able to use frame generation and see how that works out and stuff like that. But resolution scaling, that's off, AMD Fidelity X off, Intel 6% off. And if I scroll down here, so what I try to do is with the 3080 Ti, when you set the preset to ray tracing medium, it pretty much places all of these settings on the highest level. But I want to go down here to anything that says ultra. I'm gonna change it to high, and that's just because that's how I've been playing. When it comes to 4K on a 3080 Ti, yeah, with Cyberpunk, I mean, with a lot of games, you don't need to be playing at ultra, but for this game, we're going to change everything so it matches up with high. Now, if we scroll down here, all of the ray tracing settings was set when we set it on the preset, and we're going to hit apply, and let's run the benchmark. And as you can see over on the left-hand corner here, we got all of the overlay. So it's going to give you everything that you need. So we got the current FPS up at the top. We have the usage percentage for the 3080 Ti, the temp, and then the boost clock, and then we have the power, the VRAM, the fan speed, and then of course we got the 7950X, and so with that we got the usage, same thing, the temp, the clocks, the power, DDR5 6000, CL30. And then we have the average FPS, and then we have the 1% lows, and then we have the frame time graph. So this is something to definitely keep track of, and let's check out the benchmark. All right, and as you can see, average FPS 73 right now. Starting off, we got the 1% lows. And again, if you don't know, this is, I already had the actual game running for a while, so this is accurate temps and all the different types of stuff. The room that I'm in is really, it doesn't have a whole lot of airflow. It just doesn't. So, it's about 74, 75 degrees in my room. But I can tell you the 3080 Ti, so, this is not undervolted, it's just stock settings on the 3080 Ti. But as you can see, it uses about 400 watts, basically, when you're maxing it out. The usage is at 99%, pretty much, 100%, 75 degrees, 1845, 1830 on the boost clock. We've averaged about 75, and this is with DLSS on auto. 1% lows was about 63. And that's what we got. So, you know, it's pretty good. You know, you have a really good playing experience. You know, you can play in 4K. DLSS is on auto. I'm actually going to run another test just to show you what it's like if we actually change DLSS to quality. Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. But on auto, you know, you can have a really good playing experience. You got ray tracing, medium settings, and all the different types of stuff. So let's check it out on if we actually change DLSS to quality. And if we change this to quality, this actually changes the render resolution to 1440p, but it upscales to 4K. Now, as you can see, we're still maxing out at 400 watts, but if you could look at the FPS, definitely big difference. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why I wanted to make sure I upgraded to the 4090. It's because just changing this to quality, medium ray tracing settings, you know, is rendering at 1440p, you know, saying with the high settings, it's brutal, man. Cyberpunk is brutal, dog. It's brutal. So yeah, I want, you know, saying I want to be able to take advantage of my 4K 120 hertz monitor, TV, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, if I want to play on quality settings and get the full immersiveness, you know, saying in the resolution and everything, you know, averaging out 52 frames and 1% lows is 45 is not gonna work. It's just not. So yeah, so I just want to kind of show you that. That's Cyberpunk. Let's move on. Okay, y'all. So next game that we got up on the list is The Last of Us Part 1. Man, let me tell you, this definitely for a game that was just released a few months ago. It's the remake, you know what I'm saying, from PlayStation. But let me tell you, this is probably, outside of Cyberpunk, this is probably one of the most beautiful games I've seen. Not only is it beautiful, but it is taxing on the system. I'm talking about RAM, I'm talking about VRAM, I'm talking about CPU, all the above, you know, it's taxing. So let's take a look at some of the settings that we got going on. So if we go to options and we go to display, as you can see, it says the VRAM 10,000, you know, megabytes out of the 12,000 megabytes. We got the 3080 Ti. I'm on the LG CX. It's borderless window. There's no full screen here. 4K, but we're rendering at 1440p, and that's because of DLSS. I have VSync off, frame cap is unlocked, and if we go down here to the scaling, as you can see, we have options for Nvidia DLSS and AMD FSR2. So currently I'm using quality mode on DLSS, and here are some of the other settings. If we go back, we go to graphics. Again, it shows a revamp. So basically, based off of the settings that I have, it says that it's going to use up about 10 gigabytes of VRAM, or 10,000 megabytes. So I pretty much got everything that's on ultra settings. Here's what everything looks like. I'm not going to go through all these. There's a bunch of different options that you could customize to your system. Let's take a look. Okay, so here's the last place that I left off at. I've had this game running for at least about 20 minutes now. And as you can see up at the top left-hand corner, you got the FPS. You got the 3080 Ti maxed out 100% usage, 73 degrees, 1920, 1905 megahertz boost clock. We about 384, 387 wattage on the GPU. Almost 400 watts. Again, we're close to 11 gigabytes on the VRAM, 82% on the fan. 7950X. This is actually a CPU intensive game for some particular reason, and I'm on 4K. But yeah, so we got the average FPS and the 1% lows. So let's play around. Just look at your boy. He look like you know, he look like he done been through it. But we got Ellie. And I thought I came through here earlier. I guess it didn't save like I thought it would. You know, sometimes your boy Joe be looking like he be on his last leg, but if you haven't played this game, it's phenomenal. All right, so
Sure thing, boss.
we got a couple of things we could be able to pick, choose, and use. Keep an eye on the RAM usage. I've seen it get up to like 22 gigabytes. Right now, it's at 17,000 megabytes or 17 gigabytes of RAM usage from the system. We got some ammo. Got some scissors. All right. Yeah, just look at the lighting. The details, the textures. This game is freaking amazing. It looks amazing. All right.
Tess, up through here through this pipe. I think we can make it through here.
Stay very close, Sally.
So I got this brick in my hand. Got to be careful through here. You never know what we're going to find.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus. Gather up. Calling us back. Returning to
All right. Let's stay on this side. Hopefully the soldiers are going back. You don't have to worry about them no more. As you can see, the 1% low dropped down to 58. Average is 71.
What was the plan?
3080 Ti is doing pretty good with the settings. Now, I'm gonna tell you, the VRAM is slowly, the VRAM on the 3080 Ti is slowly climbing. Now, you know, the 3080 Ti has 12 gigs worth of VRAM. We're at 11,000, you know, some change, 11,300 and something. Yeah, we'll play a little bit more through this, see if we come up on any other taxing areas. But the rain, the water, the scenery, you know, playing this game on ultra 4K is basically the best way to play.
I guess this is what these buildings look like up close.
Just look at the city, man. It's crazy. Yeah, buildings crashing, leaning into each other. Hell no, when you say. All right, so 1% lows definitely dropping below 60.
Damn, that's quite a drop.
Yeah, it is a drop. What we got? Got some supplies, tools. I mean, look at the level of detail that they put into this game. It's absolutely phenomenal. You know, all the stuff that you see, somebody had to create that. That's crazy. We're in a leaning building. Dang, look at this guy. Got some ammo. Rotate. Arrive. Negative. Contact. Yada, yada, yada. We could keep going or we can explore. And
God damn it. Clicker.
yeah, we should probably keep it moving.
That's what years of infection will do to you. So
Goodness gracious. I'm surprised he even touched that thing.
ceiling feels like it's about to fall apart.
Gotta check everything. Gotta catch them all.
Give me a hand with this.
Oh my God. I told you. Told you we were about to run into some clickers. And it still caught me off guard. How? How, Sway?
You all right?
Still caught me off guard. Oh my God.
Let's search for supplies.
Breathe. Breathe, player. Breathe.
Shit.
Right. Shit. All right. So, not going to spoil this game for y'all. I'm going to go ahead and save it here. So, yeah. That's The Last of Us. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Let's move on to the next game. All right. So, we have Jedi Survivor. Of course, you know, we sticking to some of the newer titles that's recently came out. And this one is also, it's heavy, you know, so let's check it out. All right, so we go down here to options. And as you can see, we go down here, I'm on a controller, but if we go down here to visuals, again, we're playing at 3840 by 2160, it's 4K. I am playing on high settings, and I told you earlier, with the 3080 Ti, Epic is tough because the next setting over is Epic, you know, which would change everything over Epic, but we're going to keep it on high. And if we scroll down here, you can see VSync is off, ray tracing is on. The only option we have, you know, for helping out the frame rate is FSR2, which I have that set to quality. And then everything else is at stop. Let's see where we left off at. All right. So let me reset my the average and 1% lows coming out of the menu screen. All right. So I reset that, so now that's accurate. So just to show you, there's two different lightsabers. I forgot how to change them. Let me see. How do I change it? Nope, that's not how you change it. Oh, there we go. So you got the single, or you can do the double. I'm really digging the double. That is like so dope. All right. So it looks like we got a run on the wall.
You got us to the senator.
Yeah. So as you can see, 1% lows drop down to 44. Tough game. The average is 61. With 100%, 76 degrees on the GPU, 400 watts. This game is definitely pushing it. Left trigger. It's so dope. Now he got a jetpack. Get on my nerve. I like that grappling hook though. Super dope. Even though, well, I take that back because you can really, you can see it a little bit, especially looking at the frame time graph. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, you know, it's all over the place right now. Sometimes you can feel the 1% lows. It's kind of hard because the TV that I have, the LG CX, is variable refresh rate. What happens is I can't really feel it, you know what I'm saying, when I drop with the 1% lows. But if you keep your eye on it, you know, you can.
I just bet the twins of the senator had you in there stuffed and mounted.
Hey, I want to cut at that.
Unauthorized access. Active security protocols.
Evaluating attacks. Unessential.
Still trying to get used to the controls, but as you can see, pretty good.
I will bring the knife to your head. forfeit. You hope to hit me? Your fate is sealed.
There we go.
Not today.
As you can tell, I have not been playing this game.
He's in here somewhere. We'll find him.
Be ready. We'll fight together.
Status update.
Seer expected me to use it like that. Troopers everywhere.
Can't wait to find that Jedi. It's gonna be my first kill. Eyes over there. Ally down.
I need help.
He will run out of steps. All right, get him. That was our last gunner. Attempting to change tactics.
All right, let me know what you think down in the comments below. As you can see, yeah, you know, the average is good, but the 1% lows is terrible because we're not hitting 60. So yeah, DDR5 is rough game. It's a tough game to run. It is. It really is. On to the next one. Okay, so the next game that we got up is Dead Space, the remake. And let me tell you, the game is phenomenal. You know what I mean? It's phenomenal. So let's take a look at some of the settings. Of course, you know, we're sticking with 4K. We go to video options. You'll see playing at 4K, 120 hertz. VSync was off. Motion blur is off. If we go down to my anti-alias, we're using DLSS. You have TAA, and then you also have FSR2. Why I do that? Okay, what they say? Third time's the charm. All right, I figured it out. So one of the HDR was the issue. So I had to go in, disconnect my capture card, turn the HDR off in Windows, and then come back in and have it set up. So I think we're good to go. So let's go through this one more time. All right, so we take a look at the settings. Display and graphics, video options, we're playing in 4K 120, VSync is off. Go back out, go down here. We had an option for DLSS and also FSR2. I'm not going to switch between the two because it caused me issues last time. We play on DLSS quality mode and ultra on all the rest of the presets. Let's check out the game. All right, so now we'll tell you this game is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is Dead Space, the remake, and let's see what's cracking. Now we'll tell you this game.
Don't bother shooting those fuckers in the head. Doesn't even slow them down.
Okay.
This game actually runs very well,
Legs.
Is that even
and
doable? Or do they just stop moving?
yeah, just keep a look at the top left-hand corner. Should be a monster coming around the corner pretty soon. Yeah. And it's going to be another one that's going to come from around the way. It's coming. Where is it at? There it is. Whew. This game is still scary though. Not gonna lie. All right, so we're getting about 89 FPS. We're maxing out 100% on the GPU, 75 degrees, almost 400 watts, just like on the other games. Except the VRAM is not that high. It's only about 9 gigabytes, and DDR5 is about 12 gigabytes used, and 1% lows, and the average is looking pretty good. Definitely a great gaming experience when it comes to this. And we got another monster that's going to be coming. See him in the corner. He's coming. He's coming. And he's going to start running. I played through this. And boom. Got his ass. But the lighting, special effects, this game looks amazing, you know. So we got another monster up there. And let's see if we could clip them off at the legs. Felt like it was one behind me. Maybe not. And it's like they just come out of nowhere, like the vents, the ceiling, the wall. You know, you just got to keep a lookout, you know what I mean? But they do. They come out of nowhere. See, watch it. It's probably going to be another one that's going to come from up here. Just never know. They do. They come out of nowhere. And you be like, what happened? But yeah, the game runs pretty good. This is one of the games that, you know, it still takes a lot to run. I do know playing at ultra settings, you definitely need to keep the 1% lows above 60 frames per second. You definitely got to be using DLSS. I do know that. Matter of fact, let me show you. Hopefully this doesn't mess up the system. If we go back in here, we go down here to take off DLSS. And now we're playing at native 4K. And as you can see, the 1% lows is at 48 and the FPS is at 52. You know what I mean? So definitely you gotta have DLSS to stay above 60 playing at 4K on the 4080 Ti. And again, you see how we crossed over through here? The 1% lows dropped down significantly, I think to like 8, which is crazy. Now I do know this particular game wasn't optimized from the get-go. It had a bunch of issues, but seems like it's running pretty well now. But yeah, that's Dead Space. Moving on. All right, y'all. So the next game that we got up on the list is RE4, Resident Evil 4. And man, let me tell you, this is the demo, but you're in for a treat. I actually plan on buying this game. I just didn't have a chance to get it just yet, but I had the demo and it's amazing. Let's take a look. So if we go inside the settings, let me take off the overlay real quick. If we go over here to display, of course we have HDR off. There's some other settings here. It's a lot of stuff on here that you can change. But if we go into graphics, of course, it shows the PC specification, 4K 120 hertz, variable refresh rate, VSync is off. We got the cinematics in 4K, and like look at the expected graphics memory, 14 gigs. It's crazy. Obviously, I only had 12 gigs on my card. We have ray tracing on high. There's no DLSS on here. It's only FSR2, and so we have that on quality mode. And actually, I'm going to turn it off for now, just so you can be able to see. The game is optimized very well, so technically we don't need the upscaling. And I'm just going to go through the rest of these. I pretty much have everything maxed out. It's all maxed out. All right, so let me turn the overlay back on, and let's get into the story mode. So pay attention to the FPS, top left hand corner, all of the overlays, the statistics. We maxing out the 3080 Ti at 100%, 76 degrees, 400 watts. It's kicking it. VRAM, we're using a little bit over 10 gigs. Fan speed is like 89%. I got bad airflow in this room. Very low CPU usage, which is pretty cool. DDR5, we had 13 gigs. Just keep an eye on that. We got the average FPS, and then we got a 1% low. So I will tell you that the 1% lows, it definitely falls below the 60 FPS, but we'll take a look at FSR2 a little bit later on in the demo, so you can see how much of a difference that makes. And this game is so beautiful, so detailed. They did a really good job with the remake, and it's Resident Evil, man. You know what I'm saying? All right.
How far could he have gone?
Just look at the level of detail, the textures, everything. It's crazy. And as you can see, we already down to 51 FPS on the 1% lows. So yeah, we're at native 4K right now, and the 3080 Ti can't keep up. The reason why I reference the 1% low so much is because that's really your experience in the gameplay. So when you get those hitches, the stutters, especially if you don't have a monitor that could take advantage of the very refresh rate when it comes to Nvidia, G.Sync. I can't really feel it on the TV, because it's G.Sync compatible, but if you got a monitor that's not, and you start falling below the 60, you could definitely see it. So all right, so before we go inside the house, let's see if we could go ahead and switch this over to FSR2. Hopefully we don't run into any issues. Quality. It didn't like what I just did, and I bet you this just froze on me. It crashed on me. All right. You know what? Did this switch over? Shoot. Okay. Let's see if it works. Okay, so it worked that time. All right. So let me reset thing here. So now you can see, so earlier, in the 1% lows, we was getting down to like 51, right? Hit 57, but as you can see, our FPS is actually much higher than what it was earlier. So let me get back to the house.
How far could he have gone?
So yeah, we was here earlier. I'm just gonna keep running. We got the crows. All right, so now we're getting up to the house. All right, so it seems like now we're on the inside house. I want you to pay attention to the level of detail. This is crazy. So with FSR2, you know, we're able to definitely, you know, keep the 1% lows above 60.
Anyone home?
And it's really not much in here. But yeah, the level of detail is crazy. I mean, look at the light bouncing off the jacket. And yep, it's somebody in the next room. Now, if you look up at the top left-hand corner, you'll definitely see 3080 Ti is at 87% on the fan speed. Yeah, it's trying to 76 degrees, trying to keep that thing cool, but 400 and some watts is no joke to cool off. Which is the reason why I came up with the undervolting video. And man, let me tell you, the undervolting, if you haven't seen my undervolting video, definitely I'll put it at the top left-hand corner of the screen, or you can find it at the end of the video of the screen. But yeah, check it out. You know, the 30 series cars, you definitely need it because they just ran wild with the power, as you can see. That's why I'm looking forward to getting the 4090 because we'll be able to get all that performance and probably not use as much power, or maybe be around right at it, but with cooler temps. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait for that 4090 to come. All right, so let's see who's in this next room. Yo, my man, he looking a little stiff.
Sorry to barge in like this. Busco a un policía. Vino aquí?
Speak that Spanish, boy. Man, you seen that roundhouse kick from Lian? He broke that boy's neck. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, something else going on in that other room too.
This is not good.
Nah, it's not. It's not good.
Man, that stinks.
And as you can see in some of these, places, we're getting up into the hundreds in the FPS. So, yeah, 3080 Ti. Hey, they can still do it. I think we kind of find out that, sometimes you have to make some concessions. This is a game where if you want to consistently stay above 60 frames per second on a 1% low, I would definitely think about doing FSR2. That way you could still play on ultra settings. And see, when you're doing 4K, ultra high settings, depending on the actual game, if I could play ultra settings, I'll turn on FSR2. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you have to pick and choose what you want to do. Some games, you might be able to, you might want to run it without it, but it looks good. So, Yeah, and this is probably where I'm about to get ready to check out. Yeah, I know how I am. You know, hey, imagine you going down a hallway like this in real life. It's crazy. Nah, player. The level of detail and the graphics in this game is insane.
Hey,
Yeah, there go the cop that where we found his badge and ID. Oh yeah, he dead. Look at that.
I read you. What's your situation?
The situation is that he dead. What are you talking about?
What the hell's going on?
All right, so that's RE4, the remake. Man, let me know what you think down in the comments below. You know, we went over some very heavy titles, you know, that recently came out, and the 3080 Ti still has it. You know, that was really the object of this video. So if you're on a 3080 Ti, 3080, 3090, you know, do you need to upgrade to the 40 series? Probably not, you know, unless you're chasing something else. You know, really, if you're chasing 120 hertz, 4K without making any concessions, go just skip the 4080, get the 4090. Personal experience, and that's what I did. Got 4090, it's on the way. You know, if you're playing 1440p, 3080 Ti is gonna kill it. You know, so really, this is about 4K gaming. It really is. But in 2023, the 3080 still has it. So let me know down in the comments what you think. If you like the video, got some more content coming. Let me know what type of graphics card that you have and what you plan on upgrading to. If you plan on skipping the 40 series altogether, definitely let me know. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.